Heyo duckies, Andy Lippy here, and these are here. This is it, the Minim Poll and Minim Prediction. They are now available for LioranBoard 2. I'm going to run through exactly how to get them all set up and all that jazz, so let's get on with it. Put your rock for the stone. Right, so first things first, we need to get them actually downloaded. You can get them straight from the StreamUP website. This is the same for both of them. All you need to do is hit the Get It Now for Free button on the product page, and it'll take you over to Ko-fi, don't know how you pronounce it, and you can select how much you want to pay for it. You can bang in $0 in there, or if you want to support StreamUP, then consider using a small amount. It goes a huge way to keep these products coming at you. Press Get Now, and then it'll take you to the download page, and you can get that downloaded. To make sure you've got all the OBS prerequisites, I would recommend downloading the StreamUP plugin installer that Silverlink made. This will make sure you're using whatever plugins we use for these products, and it'll make sure they're all up to date as well. You can check out a video of that just up here, and I'll leave that link in the description if you need any help using that. So now we've got OBS ready with all the plugins, we can get it installed. So we're just going to go to the downloads file wherever we put them, and we're going to extract both of these, so Minim Prediction and also Minim Poll. Obviously, if you're only using one, then just use one, and then you can delete the zip files as well. So now we've got two folders, Minim Prediction, Minim Poll. We're going to open up Minim Prediction, and you'll see all these different files in here. So we've got a LioranBoard 2 install, StreamUP, all that jazz, and this StreamUP one just here. So now we can open up OBS, go up to Tools, and go down to StreamUP. If you're not seeing StreamUP, it means you've not installed the plugin correctly, so make sure you jump back, use the plugin installer, or use the prerequisites, which you'll be able to find inside of the file. So you'll see download and install these first, and that'll make sure you've got all the correct plugins installed if you want to do it manually. So in Tools, go down to StreamUP, and we're going to navigate to where Minim Prediction is. So we're going to go in here and go to the .StreamUp file. We're going to double click that, and that's actually going to generate 3 different scenes here. And we're going to do exactly the same for the poll system as well. So if we navigate back to the Minim Poll and open the .StreamUp file, that's just going to add one more there. So you can see we've got these 4 scenes now. The intermix that's got both of the prediction and poll on it, and we've also got the blur scene as well. So if you want to use the blur effect and you've got the downstream keyer installed, we just need to hit the plus sign once we've got the blur scene selected, and then select it in the downstream keyer as well. If you don't know what that is, I've got a video, I'll leave that up there and also in the link below. You don't have to use this effect though. If you're not using the DSK plugin, what you'll need to do is go to whatever scene you want the widget to be on, prediction or poll, and then add a source to it and go to scene. And then in here, you can select the poll and prediction. That'll work exactly the same way. But because we've got the DSK, we don't need to worry about that. If I can just interrupt the video for 1 second, I just want to say huge thanks to everybody that's subscribed. We've gone from 8% not subscribed to 76. That's a huge 4%, right? Thank you everybody for supporting. Don't cost a thing, and it helps me out absolutely massively. With OBS all ready to go, we can jump into LioranBoard 2. Make sure you are completely up to date, so go to settings and press check for updates. This will make sure everything is completely up to date. Make sure you've done all the updates, otherwise it will not work. Obviously, make sure all your transmit and everything like that is connected. If you don't know how to do this, there are plenty of tutorials out there, and also in the documentation for LioranBoard 2 that will help you out. So we're all connected. We've got the transmitter connected. We need to connect to Twitch chat, so we're going to connect that as well. And now you'll be able to see inside of OBS, we can see that my transmitter dock is all connected and good. Next up, we need to select a transmitter on the left hand side and press install an extension. Now we need to navigate to the Minim Poll or prediction inside the next folder and go to the LioranBoard 2 install. We're going to open that up, and then you'll see LioranBoard 2 install for whichever product it is. Double click that to open it, and it's going to create a deck. It'll say there's no preview, and it'll look like there's nothing really going on. But if we double click into it, you'll see all of the data just here. So we can click out of that. There are a few settings that you can adjust. So if you go to settings, you can set how long you want it to be on screen before it fades out. So you can change this to whatever number you want. So if I say 5,000, it'll be 5,000 milliseconds it'll stay on screen for, which is 5 seconds. And this is one feature that if you guys are using multiple OBSs, or you've changed the name of your OBS instance, then you will have to adjust it here, otherwise it will not work. So for instance, if I go back and press save and save again, and I go to OBS connections, you'll see I'm not connected with my main OBS right now. I'm connected with SUP OBS, and you can see it says disconnect there, which means it's connected. So I'd have to go inside here, go into settings, and then change this to StreamUP OBS, otherwise it will not work. I'm going to press save, save again, and then we're going to install the next extension as well. So transmitter again, install an extension, and we'll navigate this time to minim prediction, open that one up, LioranBoard 2 install, open that again, and again it'll say no preview, double click into that, and you'll go to settings, set your settings again for how long you want it to be on screen. I'm going to change the OBS instance to StreamUP OBS. Most of you won't have to do that. Press save again, and it's all ready to go. So now we've got all that set up, we can actually start using Twitch to execute the poll and prediction. So I'm going to do /prediction just here, and we're going to be able to start a prediction. So I'm going to use one that I made earlier, which is a flip a coin, heads or tails, and we'll do 30 seconds and press start prediction. Now you'll see it's animated on screen. We've got the blurred background because we're using the DSK, but it's right in the middle of the frame, so we can actually move it around. To move it around, we go into the intermix scene. So this is like the kind of first scene that we can move everything around. We can resize it as well. So if I move that around, I want it in the top left corner, for instance. If I go back to my just chatting scene, you'll see it's tiny in the top left corner just there. If you're a bit unsure and you can't see where you're aiming, the different thing, making sure it fits in with your overlay, you can go to the intermix scene and do a little cheat I do, and that's add whichever scene you're going to be doing it to that scene. And then now you can actually see where you're going to be placing it. Make sure you do turn the visibility off afterwards, otherwise that'll come through on it as well, and then you'll have sceneception and it probably will break. So we can do the exact same for poll as well. So if I do /poll, we can do any question. So we do a question, and I'm just going to do some numbers here, and we're going to do that for 2 minutes. Press start poll, and it's going to come up in the middle of the screen again like this. So to move it, we go back to the intermix scene, and we can move it to wherever we want it to be. So if we want it in the bottom left, or we want it bigger, for instance, we can do that just like that. And when we go back to the just chatting screen, it is all here ready to go, and it looks really fly. So obviously when people vote as well, they can choose whichever answer they want, and it'll animate on screen. There is a bug that sometimes happens. You'll see this countdown timer doesn't work the first time you use this extension, but it will work after that. It's a little bug. I will probably get around to fixing it at some point. Just bear with me. So we can actually choose the outcome of a prediction as well. So if we do /prediction again, we can actually choose the outcome. So I'm going to choose heads, press complete, and you'll see it'll animate just up here like so. This one will fade out, and then the whole thing will fade out. Depending on what you've set the timer to, it'll fade out in like 5 seconds or 7 seconds, whatever you've set up for that, okay? If you guys are actually struggling with this at all, then please make sure you do jump in the StreamUP Discord. All them links are in the description below. Big thanks to all these guys as well that help me make this content full time. Please consider joining today from like £1 a month. It goes a massive way to supporting me on either Patreon or YouTube members. And if you want to see some more crazy StreamUP products, make sure you are subscribed, because I've got a ton of stuff coming very soon. And you can check one of them out in one of these videos just here. Put your rock over the stone.